Hi everyone, welcome to Azure Security Series video number 3. Today, I would like to share with you about configure security for an Azure subscription. Who am I? I am Eng Jia. You can find me at my Twitter at jiaengsun, or you can go to techconnect.io to find more tutorial about Azure security. This is for today's agenda. Configure custom Azure role-based access control RBAC. Configure subscription and resources permission. Identify external accounts that have Azure management access. Transfer Azure subscription between Azure AD tenants. Manage API access to Azure subscription and resources. Okay, let's get started. Configure custom Azure RBAC. After you extend your on-premise Active Directory to the cloud by using Azure AD Connect, your employee can use and manage their Azure subscription by using their existing work identity. This Azure subscription automatically connects to Azure AD for SSO and access management when you disable an on-premise Active Directory account. It automatically loses access to all Azure subscriptions connected with Azure AD. RBAC enables fine-grained access management for Azure. Using RBAC, you can grant just the amount of access that users need to perform their jobs. For example, you can use RBAC to let one employee manage virtual machine in their subscription, while others manage SQL database within the same subscription. Each Azure subscription is associated with one Azure AD directory. User groups and applications in that directory can manage resources in the Azure subscription. Grant access by assigning the appropriate RBAC role to user groups and application at a certain scope. The scope of a role assignment can be subscription, a resources group, or a single resources. A role assigned at a parent scope also grant access to the child scope contained within it. For example, a user access to a resources group can manage all the resources it contains like website, virtual machine, and subnet. The RBAC role that you assign detects what resources the user group or application can manage within the scope. The scope of a role assignment can be a subscription, a resources group, or a single resources. RBAC includes many built-in roles which you can assign at different scopes and allow you to create your own custom role. To manage resources in Azure AD such as user, group, and domain. Several Azure AD administrator role access. The following diagram displays how the classic subscription administrator role, RBAC, and Azure AD administrator roles are related to a high-level role assigned at a higher scope like an enterprise subscription are inherited by child scope as service instance. Okay, now come to configure subscription and resources permission. You can create additional subscription for your account in Azure. You may want to additional subscription to avoid reaching subscription limit. To create separate environments for billing and security, or to isolate data for compliance reasons, If you want to pay Azure subscription under your organization enterprise agreement, you need to have the account owner role for your organization. Identify external accounts that have Azure management access. Azure Security Center is a unified infrastructure security management system that strengthens the security posture of your data center and provide advanced threat protection across your hybrid workload in the cloud, whether they are Azure or not, as well as on-premise. Azure Security Center (ASC) will help the Azure administrator identify external accounts and the role assigned associated with those accounts. Security Center help you identify shadow IT subscription by looking at subscription label not covered in your dashboard. You can know immediately when they are newly created subscription and make sure they are covered by your policy and protected by Azure Security Center. Azure Policy is a service in Azure that you use to create, assign, and manage policy. This policy enforces different rules and effect over your resources, so those resources stay compliant and with your corporate standard and service level agreement. Azure Policy meet this need by evaluating your resources for non-compliant with assigned policy. For example, you can have a policy to allow only a certain size of virtual machine in your environment. Once this policy is implemented, new and existing resources are evaluated for compliance. With the right type of policy, existing resources can be brought into compliance. Many large organizations now, everyone always asks whether can transfer Azure subscription. Many large organizations buy their Azure subscription through enterprise agreement. Typically, they assign their subscription to various business units in the company. Occasionally, a need arises for transferring a subscription from an owner to an Azure AD tenant. The last one, manage API access to Azure subscription. And resources. When you publish API through the Azure API management, it's easy and common to secure access those API by using subscription key. Client applications that need to consume the published API must include a valid subscription key in HTTP requests when they make call to those APIs. To get subscription key for accessing API, a subscription is required. A subscription is essentially a named container for a pair of subscription key. Developers who need to consume the published API can get subscription, and they don't need approval from API publisher. API publisher can also create subscription directly for API consumer. That's all for today. If you got any question, you can tweet me, message me at my Twitter. For today, today video blog, you can go to dev.to/jiainsun. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, I'm Sun Jia. Today I would like to share with you about configure Azure AD for Azure workload and subscriptions. I am Sun Jia, Microsoft MVP, here with my blog URL about AI and Azure security IaaS and PaaS. In my opinion, cybersecurity, not just network security, is also include app security and cloud security. From my previous video, I get some feedback from my friends. They mentioned that the first thing, talk too fast, not very clear, does not understand what I had talking about it, and also don't know. I had included exercise in the video because I need you to have an hands-on experience in the Azure security implementation, not just listen I talk only. Today I will speak slowly. If not very clear, please let me know. You can comment at the video below. Okay, let's get started with configure Azure AD for Azure workload and subscription. This is today's agenda about MFA. Then also about Azure user and group, and install and configure Azure AD Connect, manage Azure AD, configure authentication method, and manage app registration. Okay, let's get started. Multi-factor for time-bound evaluation. Using MFA increase identity security by limiting the impact of credential exposure. To fully authenticate, an attacker who has a user password would also need to have possession of their phone or their fingerprint. For example, authentication with only a single factor is insufficient, and without MFA, an attacker would be unable to use those credentials to authenticate. MFA should be enabled whenever possible, as MFA has enormous benefit to security. Azure multi-factor authentication is Microsoft's two-step verification solution. Azure MFA helps safeguard access to data and applications while meeting user demand for a simple sign-in process. It delivers strong authentication via a range of verification methods, including phone, call, text message, or mobile app verification. MFA also the provider of the request service to validate that the user really is a real person, not a bot, and they have the device with them, and that they could provide any additional information that we might need from that environment. Here, what happens when someone tries to connect to a resources that security enhanced by Azure MFA and the service in on-premise. Here was the first exercise about configure MFA for application. You can do it for around 5 minutes. Okay, this was a second exercise about configure Azure MFA for password. Okay, let's come to the understand user and groups. In Azure AD, all users who require access to resources must have a user account. A user account is a SYN AD DS object or an Azure AD user object that contains all the information that required to authenticate and authorize the user during the sign-in process and build the user tokens. To view the Azure AD users, simply access the all-user blade. Take a minute to access the portal and view your user. Notice the user type and member column. A group help organize user to make it easier to manage permission. Group can be easily added through the portal. There are two types of group: security group and distribution group. You can also use PowerShell to add group with the new Azure AD group command. There are two ways to add member to Azure user group: directly assign or dynamically assign. Azure AD Connect will integrate your on-premise directory with Azure Active Directory. This allows you to provide a common identity for your user for O365, Azure, and SaaS software as a service. Application integrate with Azure AD in a hybrid identity environment. Microsoft Azure Active Directory Connect can be downloaded for free. Integrating your on-premise directory with Azure AD makes your user more productive by providing a common identity for accessing both cloud and on-premise resources. Okay, now come to the Manage Azure AD Directory role. Azure AD provides many built-in roles, 13, to cover the most common security scenario. To understand how the roles work, you will examine 3 roles that apply to all resources type. Owner, which has full access to all resources, including the right to delegate access to others. Contributor, which can curate and manage all types of Azure resources but can't grant access to others. Reader, which can view existing Azure resources. This module previously discussed. Now we come to the configure authentication methods. This module previously discussed Azure MFA and self-service password reset SSPR in Azure AD. This service might require additional information to confirm your identity. This additional information is called authentication method. We recommend that administrator enable user to able to select more than the minimum number of required authentication methods in case they do not have access to certain one. The following table lists the authentication method and the service that use them. Okay, now come to the third exercise, configure authentication method. Oh, sorry, it's not an exercise. Now we come to continue from a previous slide. Azure authentication method. Password. This is the only method that can disable. Security question. This method is available only for non-administrative accounts that use SSPR. Azure stores security question privately and in security enhanced manner on a user object in the directory. Only user can answer the question and only during registration. An administrator can read or change a user question or answer. Azure provides 35 pre-defined questions, all translated and localized based on the browser's local. You can customize the question by using the administrative interface. However, Azure displays them in the language entered. The maximum length is 200 characters. Email address. This method available only in SSPR, we recommend avoid the use of an email account that does not require user ID password to access it. Microsoft Authenticator app. This app available in Android and iOS. The Microsoft Authenticator app helps to prevent unauthorized access to accounts and help stop fraudulent transactions by pushing a notification to your smartphone or tablet. User view the notification and if it's legitimate, select verify, otherwise they select deny. User can use Microsoft Authenticator app or a third-party app as software token to generate authentication verification code. After entering the user name and password, the user enters the code provided by the app on the sign-in screen. The verification code provides a second form of authentication. OAuth hardware token, OAuth 14, is an open standard that specifies how to generate one-time password code. Azure AD supports the use of OAuth top SHA-1 tokens of the 30-second or 60-second variety. Customers can get this token from the vendor their choice. Note that secret keys are limited to 128 characters, which might not be compatible with all tokens. Mobile phone. 2 options available: text message or phone call. App password. Certain non-browser apps does not support Azure MFA. If users are enabled for Azure MFA and try to use non-browser apps, they will be unable to authenticate. The app password allows users to contribute to authenticate. Now come to manage app registration. Microsoft Identity Platform is an evolution of Azure AD Identity Service and Developer Platform. It allows developers to build applications that sign in all Microsoft Identity, the token called Microsoft Graph, others Microsoft API or API that developers have built. It's a full-features platform that consists of authentication services, open source library, application registration and configuration, full developer documentation, code sample, and other developer content. The Microsoft Identity Platform supports industry standard protocols such as OAuth 2.0 and OpenID Connect. Any application that outsources authentication to Azure AD must be registered in a directory. This step involves telling Azure AD about your application. Include the URL where it's located, the URL to send reply after authentication, the URI to identify your application, and more. Azure AD represents applications following a specific model that's designed to fulfill two functions. The first one, identify the app according to the authentication protocol is supported. This involves enumerating all the identifier, URL, secret, and related information that are needed at authentication time. Here we Azure AD hold all the data required to support authentication at runtime. Hold all the data for deciding what resources an app might need to access and whether a given request should be fulfilled and under what circumstances. Provide the infrastructure for implementing app provisioning within the app, developers tenant, and to any other Azure AD tenant. The second one, handle user concern during token request time and facilitate the dynamic provisioning of app across tenants. Here we Azure AD enable user and administrator to dynamically grant or deny consent for the app to access resources on their behalf. The second one is enable administrator to ultimately decide what app are allowed to do and which user can use specific app and how the directory resources are accessed. That's all for today. Here is my Twitter and my blog about this video. I will try to deliver 2 videos in 1 month because need some time to prepare the slide and include the article. If you got any feedback, please let me know, or any topic you want to know about it, you can comment at the video below. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, I am Sunjia, Microsoft MVP. Today, I would like to share with you about configure Azure AD. AD means Active Directory Privilege Identity Management, as known as PIM. Okay, I'm Eng Sun Jia. You can find me at Jia Eng Sun or techconnect.io. Now, gone are the days when security was focused on the strong perimeter defense to keep attacker out. Outside your perimeters were tracked as hostile. Inside the wall and organization system are with trust. Today's security posture is to assume breach and zero trust model. The perimeter defense is no longer the focus of security professionals. Modern organizations have to support access to data and services as evenly as from inside the corporate firewall and outside it. I here show you about today's agenda. Zero Trust Model was introduced by analyst firm Forrester Research, JIT VM. Zero Trust Model states to never assume trust but instead of to continually validate trust. When user, device, and data all reside inside the organization firewall, they will assume to be trust. This assumed trust allows for very easy lateral movement. Once an endpoint device was compromised by a bad actor, the Zero Trust model relies on verified user and device trust frame to grant access to organization resources. No longer is trust assumed based on the location inside an organization parameters. When we say identity management is the new control plane, what is the base for the analogy? First, what is the control plane? In a switch or router, the control plane is the component that controls where the traffic is to go, but is not responsible for the movement of the traffic. The control plane is about learning the route, either static or dynamic. Identity has become the common factor between many services, like Office 5 and Facebook. The person has become the center of this service. Identity has become the security boundary, the new firewall, or the control plane, whatever comparison you prefer. First, you need to protect your privileged account. Azure AD Privilege Management is the service recommended for this process. Azure Active Directory Privilege Identity Management is a service that enables you to manage, control, and monitor access to important resources in your organization. This root access to resources, Azure AD, Azure resources, and other Microsoft Online Service like O365 or Microsoft Intune. However, users still need to carry out privileged operation in Azure AD, Azure, O365, or Software as a Service app. To use the PIM, you must have one of the following pay or trial license: Azure AD Premium, P2, or an Enterprise Mobility Security EMS E5. The first person to use the PIM in your instance of Azure AD is automatically assigned the Security Administrator and Privilege Role Administrator 2 role in the directory. This person must be eligible Azure AD user. Only Privilege Role Administrator can manage the Azure AD directory role assignment of user. In addition, you can choose to run security widget that walk you through the initial discovery and assignment experience. User or members of a group assigned to the owner or user access administrator role, and global administrator that enables subscription management in Azure AD. A resources administrator. This administrator can assign roles, configure role setting, and review access by using PIM for Azure resources. With the PIM enabled, you need to activate access to privileged operation when the need to perform privileged action arise. If you have been designated as an administrator and you need to take on Azure AD directory role, you can request activations by selecting My Role in PIM. You can view the status of your pending request to activate. Resources Audit gives you a view of all roles activity for resources. That's all for today topic. If you got any question, you can find me at my Twitter. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, I am Shin Jam, Microsoft MVP. Today I would like to share with you about response to and remediate security issue. You can find me at my Twitter if you got any topic about Microsoft technology. You can tweet me also and message me also. If you want to learn more about Azure security, you can go to the techconnect.io. Inside got a lot of hands-on learn about Azure security. Okay, this is for today's agenda. Only two topics. One is the investigate escalated security incident. The second one is analyze threat protection and manage actionable recommendation by using Azure Security Center. Okay, let's go for the first topic. The investigation features in Security Center allow you to trigger a potential security incident, understand its scope, and track down its root cause. The intent is to facilitate the investigation process by linking all entities, security alerts, user, computer, and incident that are involved with the incident you are investigating. Security Center does this by correlating relevant data with any involved entity and exposing the correlation in a live graph that help you navigate through the object, and visualize or conceptualize the relevant information. A graph could occupy the central area of the investigation dashboard. The graph always focuses on a specific entity and present the entities that are related to it. An entity can be a security alert, a user, a computer, or an incident. You can navigate from one entity to another by selecting the entity you want on the graph. The graph automatically centralizes the selected entity and its related entities. Entities that are no longer relevant might be removed from the graph. Okay. Let us continue about the photo that you see. Info tab. The info tab displays information relevant the incident selected in the map. An incident in this context is a container that includes the result of an investigation. Every investigation happens to the context of an incident. An incident is created only when you are selected to start investigation for a specific alert. The basic capability available is to mark entities such as user, computer, and others. When an entity is marked as related, a reason is provided. From that point onward, the entity appears directly under the incident on the graph and in the incident entity list. Entity tab. The entity tab displays all the related entities grouped by type. It is useful in two cases. There are too many entity exist to present on the graph, and when the entities names are too long, and it is easier to examine them in a tabular way. Shared tab. The shared tab presents all the log types that are available in the entity. For each log type, the tab displays how many records are available. Selecting a log type takes you to shared screen. On the shared screen, you can refine your search and use the various shared features such as setting alert in the current release. The shared tab is available only for user and computer entities. Exploration tab. They allow you to examine data related to various issues about the entity. For example, when a machine is investigated, the exploration tab presents a list of processes that executed on it. In some cases, the exploration tab presents data that might indicate a suspicious issue. You can examine the data on the tab or open it on the shared screen to examine large set of data to use advanced shared options such as filtering, exporting to Microsoft Excel. For the second topic, to analyze how well one is protected from various threats. A security score would be very helpful. With so many services offering security benefits, it's often hard to know what step to take first to help secure and harden your workload. Azure Security Score reviews your security recommendations and prioritize them for you, so you know which recommendation to perform it. This helps you find the most serious security vulnerabilities so you can prioritize your investigation. Azure Security Score helps you assess your workload security posture. Azure Security Score Correction. Security Center mimics the work of a security analyst, reviewing your security recommendation and applying advanced algorithm to determine how crucial its recommendation is. Security Center constantly review your active recommendation and calculate your security score based on it. The score of a recommendation is derived from its severity and from security best practices that will affect your workload security the most. Security Center also provides you with an overall security score. The overall security score is an accumulation of all your recommendation score. You can view your overall security score across your subscription or managed group depending on what you select. The score varies based on the selected subscription and the active recommendation for those subscriptions. To check which recommendation impact your security score most, you can view the top 3 most impactful recommendations on the Security Center dashboard, or you can sort the recommendation on the recommendation list by using security score impact. That's all for today. You can find me at my Twitter, and for today's blog, you can look for the dev.po/jackson about today's video. If you still not yet subscribe my YouTube channel, please subscribe, share, and leave a like. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Hi everyone. Today I would like to share with you about configure security policy by using Azure Security Center. Who am I? I am Essential Microsoft MVP. Here with my editor. If you got any question regarding about Microsoft technology, you can contact me via my Twitter. If you want to learn more about Azure Security tutorial, you can go to techconnect.io. For today's agenda, the first one, we will configure endpoint protection. Second is configure centralized policy management by using Azure Security Center. The third one is configure just-in-time virtual machine access by using Azure Security Center. Let's start with the first topic in this video. Focusing just on the endpoint recommendation, what does Azure Security Center report as issue? By using the information under endpoint protection issue, you can identify a plan to address any issue identified. Security Center reports the following endpoint protection issue. Endpoint protection not installed on Azure VM. A support anti-malware solution is not installed on this Azure VM. Endpoint protection not installed on non-Azure computer. A supported anti-malware solution is not installed on the non-Azure computer. Endpoint protection health issue. Signature out of date. An anti-malware solution is installed on this VM and computer, but the solution does not have the latest anti-malware signature. Second, no real-time protection. An anti-malware solution is installed on this VM and computer, but is not configured for real-time protection. The service might be disabled or Security Center might be unable to obtain the status because the solution is not supported. Not reporting. An anti-malware solution is installed but not reporting data. The last one is unknown. An anti-malware solution is installed but either the status is unknown or is reporting an unknown error. Implement the recommendation. Security Center presents the endpoint protection issue as a recommendation. If your environment is determined by a value determined to be vulnerable to anti-malware threat, this recommendation will be displayed under recommendation and under compute. To see endpoint protection issue dashboard, follow the compute workflow. Okay, now we go to the second topic in this video. Configure centralized policy management by using Azure Security Center. By default, all prevention policies are turned on. Prevention policy and recommendation are tied to each other. In other words, if you enable a prevention policy such as OS vulnerability that enable recommendation for that policy, in most situations you want to enable all policy even though some might be more important to you than others. Depending on the Azure resources you have deployed, the following is a generated list of the type of recommendation. The recommendation help provide full visibility into the security health of your environment. The first one, system update. Issue a daily list of available security updates and critical updates from Windows Update or Windows Server Update services. Second, OS vulnerability. I analyze OS configuration daily to determine issues that might make the virtual machine vulnerable to attack. Endpoint protection. Recommends endpoint protection to be provisions for all Windows VM to help identify and remove virus, spyware, and other malicious software. This encryption recommends enabling this encryption in all VM to enhance data protection at rest. Network security group recommended that network security group be configured to control inbound and outbound traffic to VM have public endpoint in addition to checking that and network security group has been configured. This policy access inbound security groups. Web application firewall. Extend network protection beyond network security groups, which are built into Azure Security Center via discover and deployment for which next generation firewall is recommended and allow you to provision a virtual appliance. Vulnerability assessment. Recommend that you install vulnerability assessment solution on your virtual machine. SQL auditing and threat detection. Recommends that you enable the auditing of access to Azure SQL database for compliance and advanced threat detection for investigation purpose. SQL encryption. Recommends that you enable encryption at rest for your Azure SQL database, associate backup, and transaction log file. This helps prevent your data from being readable even if it is breached. Azure Security Center may recommend that you add a next generation firewall NGFW from a Microsoft partner to increase your security protection. Now we come to the third one. The third topic in this video, configure vulnerability scanning and policy. Azure Security Center provides you with a centralized view of your Azure resources and their activity security state. It provides integrated security monitoring and policy management across your Azure subscription. Help detect threats that might otherwise go unnoticed, and work with a broad ecosystem of security solutions. These solutions are delivered through the following capabilities: prevention, detection, and response. For prevention, Security Center monitor the state of your Azure resources based on how you configure the security policy for your organization, application, and data. Detection. Security Center automatically collect and analyze security data from your Azure resources, the network, and partner solutions like anti-malware and firewall. It takes advantage of global threat intelligence from Microsoft products and services and Microsoft Digital Client Unit, the Microsoft Security Response Center, and external feeds. Response. Security Center provides you with prioritized security and incident alerts. It offers insight into the source of attack and any impact resources along with suggestions for how to stop the current attack and help prevent future attacks. Security policies define the set of controls that are recommended for resources with the specific subscription or resource group. In Security Center, you define policy for your Azure subscription resources group according to your company's security needs, the type of application, or sensitivity of data in each subscription. For example, resources used for development or testing might have different security requirements than resources used for production application. Likewise, applications that use regulated data like personal identifiable information might require higher level of security policy that are enabled in Azure Security Center drive security recommendation and monitoring to help you identify potential vulnerability and mitigate threats that enables in Security Center drive security recommendation and monitoring to help you identify potential vulnerability and mitigate threat. When you enable Security Center and data collection, all the security policies are enabled by default. The policies are inherited from the subscription down to the resources group. However, you can control the security policy individually at the resources group level. In the following figure, some of the resources group have inheritance turned on and some are set to be unique, which means that their security policy setting might be different from those of the subscription. To modify a security policy at the subscription level or resources group level, you need to be an owner or contributor for that subscription. At the subscription level, you have two configuration items. The first one is data collection. Set this to on or off for the VM in the subscription. Data collection includes the daily scanning of all supported VMs for security monitoring and recognition. It also includes the collection of security events for analysis and threat protection. Storage account. Set this to where to store the security data. If you don't choose a storage account for each region, one will be created for you. For security reasons, the data that collected is logically isolated from other customer data. Now we come to the last topic in this video. Configure just-in-time virtual machine access by using Azure Security Center. When it comes to managing Azure VM, administrators usually use remote desktop or secure shell to remotely connect to and manage them. The initial method to get access to this VM was Remote Desktop Protocol (RDP) brute force attack. A brute force attack consists of checking all possible username and or password until the correct is found. This is not the most sophisticated form of attack, but it's relatively simple and performed and given enough time it works. To run the remote desktop protocol brute force attack, you can attack multiple measures such as disabling the public IP address and using one of these connection methods. Point to site VPN, site to site VPN, Azure Express Route. Require two-factor authentication using complex password. Limiting the amount of time that the ports are open. Azure Security Center implements the last method by using just-in-time access, virtual machine access, which allow you to have secure remote access to one or more virtual machine. Just-in-time access, virtual machine access reduce the exposure time of privilege and increase your visibility into the use of privileged account. When you enable just-in-time virtual machine access for your VM, you can create a policy that determines the port to help protect, how long port should remain open, and the approved IP address that can access to this port. The policy helps you stay in control of what user can do when they request access. Requests are logged in the Azure activity log, so you can easily monitor and audit access. The policy will also help you quickly identify the existing VM that have just-in-time access enabled and virtual machine where just-in-time access virtual machine access is recommended. That's all for today. If you got anything, you can tweet me, or you want to know other Microsoft technology, also you can tweet me. Other than that, you can find today's video blog at dev.to/JIT. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, I'm Sunja. Today I would like to share with you about managed security alert. You can find me at my Twitter if you got any question about the Azure security. Other than that, you can get the hands-on lab from the techconnect.io about the Azure security. Okay, for today's agenda, we have 3 topics. First one is create and customize alerts. Second, manage security alerts. The third one, configure a playbook for security events by using Azure Security Center. Okay, let's get started with the first topic today. Azure Security Center automatically collects, analyze, and fills log data from your Azure resources, the network, and partner solutions like anti-malware and firewall. When threats are detected, a security alert is created. Both Security Center and partner solutions can generate security alerts. Security Center logs individual security alerts, but it also uses big data and machine learning technology to combine individual alerts into incidents. An incident is a collection of related individual alerts. Note that this combining of related alerts into incidents is an advanced capability of Security Center and require at least the standard tier for Azure Security Center. Azure Security Center provides a variety of alerts that align with the state of the tier change. The tier change consists of 3 phases: target and attack, install and exploit, and force breach. Different types of attacks are associated with each stage, and they target different subsystems. For example, the target and attack phase include inbound RDP or SSH attack and intrusion detection. The alerts contain valuable information about what triggered the alert, the resources targeted, and the source of the attack. The information included in an alert varies based on the type of analytics used to detect the threat. Indeed, incident might also contain additional contextual information that might be useful during the investigation of a threat. In the Azure portal, on the overview page for Security Center, and at a glance view of your environment is displayed. The detection area of the overview page displays a graph of your current alerts, colored by the severity level, high, medium, or low. The bottom part of the blade has the details for each alert. To sort them, select the column you want to sort by. You can filter alert based on the date, state, and severity. Filtering alerts might be useful for scenarios where you need to narrow the scope of the security alert. For example, you want to address security alerts that occur in the last 24 hours if you're investigating a potential breach in the system. Select Filter on the Security Alert page. The filter area opens and you select the date, state, and severity values you want to use. Select a security alert to learn more about the events that trigger it and what step, if any, you need to take remediate to an attack. Security alerts are grouped by type and date. Selecting a security alert open a blade containing a list of the group alert as the following figure displays. The last topic in today is configure a playbook for a security event by using Azure Security Center. A security playbook can help automate and orchestrate your response to a specific security alert detected by Security Center. Security playbook in Security Center are based on Azure Logic App, which means that you can use the template from the security category of the Logic App template. You can modify them based on your need, or you can create new playbook by using Azure Logic App platform and using Security Center as your trigger. The Security Center teams has set up GitHub repo instruction app on how to create a security playbook and how to run newly created playbook using Security Center. In Security Center, you can add an action or condition to an existing playbook. On the Playbook tab, select the name of the playbook you want to change. The Logic App Designer open. That's all for today's video. If you got anything, you can tag me in my Twitter, or for today's video blog, you can find in the dev.to/James. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, I'm Anderson Jia, Microsoft MVP. Today, I would like to share with you about configure security services. If you want to find me, you can go to my Twitter, message me, or you can get more tutorial about Azure security. You can go to the techconnect.io. Okay, for today's agenda, we will cover Azure Monitor, configure Azure log analytics, configure diagnostic logging and log retention, configure vulnerability scanning and policy. On the left side of the figure are the source of monitoring data that populate this data store. On the right side are the different functions that Azure Monitor performs with this collected data, such as analysis, alerting, and streaming to external systems. All data that Azure Monitor collects fit into one of two fundamental types, metrics or logs. Metrics are numerical values that describe aspects of a system at a point in time. They are lightweight and capable of supporting near real-time scenario. Log contains different kind of data organized into record with different set of properties for each type. Logs store telemetry such as event and trace, and perform data so that it can all be combined for analysis. For many Azure resources, you will find the data that Azure Monitor collects right in the resources overview page in the Azure portal. Check out any virtual machine, for example, and you will notice several charts displaying performance metrics. Select any of the graphs to open the Data Matrix Explorer, which allows you to chart the value of multiple metrics over time. You can view the chart interactively or pin them to a dashboard to view them with other visualization. Now come to the configure Azure Log Analytics. Azure Log Analytics is a service that helps you collect and analyze data that generated by resources in your cloud and on-prem environment. It gives you real-time insight by using integrated search and custom dashboard to readily analyze millions of records across all your workload and server, regardless of their physical location. At the center of Log Analytics is the Log Analytics workspace, which is hosted in Azure. Log Analytics collect data in the workspace from connected source by configuring data source and adding solution to your subscription. Data source and solution each create different record types, each with its own set of properties, but you can still analyze sources and solutions together in query to the workspace. This capability allows you to use the same tools and methods to work with a variety of data collected by a variety of sources. The connected sources are the computers and other resources that generate the data that Log Analytics collects. The sources can include agents installed on Windows and Linux computers that directly connected, or agents that exist in a connected system operations manager management group, system center operation manager management group. Log Analytics can also collect data from an Azure storage account. The data source consists of the various kinds of data collected from each connected source. These sources include events and performance data from Windows and Linux agents, in addition to sources such as Microsoft Internet Information Services (IIS) logs and custom text logs. You configure each data source that you want to collect, and the configuration is automatically delivered to each connected source. 4 ways exist to collect logs and metrics for Azure services is from Azure Diagnostic directly to the Log Analytics, from Azure Diagnostic to Azure Storage to Log Analytics. The third one is via connector for Azure services. The last one is via script to collect and then post data into a Log Analytics. Okay, now we come to the last topic in the agenda: configure diagnostic logging and log retention. Azure Monitor diagnostic log are logs produced by an Azure services that provide rich, frequently collected data about the operation of that service. Azure Monitor makes two types of diagnostic log available. The first one is tenant log. This log comes tenant level service that exists outside an Azure subscription, such as Azure Active Directory resources log. This log comes from Azure services that deploy resources with an Azure subscription, such as network security group or storage account. The content of this log varies by Azure services and resources type. For example, network security group rules counter and Azure key vault audit are two types of diagnostic log. This log different from the activity log. The activity log provides insight into the operation, such as creating a virtual machine or deleting logic app that Azure Resources Manager perform on resources in your subscription using. The activity log is a subscription level log. Resources level diagnostic log provide insight into operation that were performed within that resources itself, such as getting a secret from a key vault. This log also different from guest operating system. OS level diagnostic log. Guest OS diagnostic log are those collected by an agent running inside a VM or other supported resources type. Resources level diagnostic log require no agent and capture resources specific data from the Azure platform itself, where guest OS level diagnostic log capture data from the OS and application running on a VM. That's all for today. If you got anything, you can look for me at my Twitter, and you can refer to my blog about this video, dev.to/jiansing. If you got any of the topic related to Microsoft technology, you also can message me. That's all for today. Thank you very much.